This stat is crazy because you never see this in the NFL. The Detroit Lions beat the Tennessee Titans by 38 points yesterday, but they got outgained on offense by a total of 191 total yards. The Tennessee Titans had 416 total yards, and we had 225 total yards of offense, and we still won by 38 points. That is crazy. That is a crazy stat, and that just goes to show that the Detroit Lions can beat you on offense, they can beat you on defense, and they can beat you on special teams. That's amazing, and that's just a beautiful stat. And for those of you that are worried about the MVP conversation for Jared Goff, yesterday didn't really help his case except for the 3 touchdown passes, only 85 yards. But that's all right. Lamar Jackson lost yesterday to the Cleveland Browns, so I would say Jared Goff is still the front runner for MVP. Jared Goff's stat line yesterday, 12 for 15, 85 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He had a lot of short field to work with as an offense. That's something you kind of want to have happen. And our running backs, the beauty of Sonic and Knuckles, usually longevity of running backs doesn't last that long. 3-4 years, you get 3-4 years of a good running back with Gibbs and David Montgomery, but that won't be the case with these two. Gibbs only had 11 carries yesterday. That means he's not a bell cow. That means David Montgomery's not a bell cow because David Montgomery only had 9 carries yesterday. They're splitting the rocks, so they're not just getting banged up and beat up every week. So they're going to have some longevity for around. Sonic and Knuckles should be around for a long time, and that's encouraging for us Lions fans. But Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 carries for 127 yards and a long 70-yard touchdown yesterday. That was awesome. He just hit the Jets down the sideline and just booked it. That was beautiful, and that's something us fans have been waiting for. Finally, somewhat of a bigger game for Sam Laporta, 6 receptions for 48 yards. I was kind of expecting Sam Laporta to have a big game with J-Mo being out. I'm expecting him to have even a bigger game next week against Green Bay. I can't wait for that game. And how about that pass from David Montgomery to Sam Laporta in the back of the end zone? That was a beautiful ball. And Amon-Ra on his podcast says he's the 3rd string quarterback. That pass from David Montgomery to the back of the end zone was a tight spiral, and I wouldn't mind having David Montgomery be our quarterback if something bad were to happen to Jared Goff or Hendon Hooker. And the MVP of the game yesterday, Kalif Raymond. He scores a receiving touchdown and also just the return yards. This is what I mean. We could beat you with special teams. He had 5 punt returns for 190 yards. That is crazy, and I think he was only 22 yards off the record for punt return total yards. That's pretty impressive. Defensively, it was a little rocky start. You saw Kirby Joseph and Aaron Glenn get into it a little bit, but they snapped back. Kirby Joseph got another pick. Amik Robertson, 2 punch outs. The defense played pretty solid yesterday, as usual. They gave up 14 points in the first half, and then no points for the rest of the game. That's a pretty good butt whooping, if you ask me. And you know who's having a really, really good season without really standing out or being like, oh man, every week? Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone, they're flying all over the place. We have a really good linebacking core right now. Nowaski's been stepping up. He had a pick yesterday. But I think Jack Campbell, he led the team in tackles yesterday. Alex Anzalone's been all over the place. I think our linebacking core is severely underrated, and I think they need a lot more respect. Jack Campbell's been playing really good, and he's been showing why we selected him in the first round. Now let's talk about this upcoming battle against Green Bay. This week, I was worried about the Tennessee Titans, but I was worried about us looking ahead at Green Bay. This just goes to show me that this Lions team is legit. This team goes to work every week, no matter who's on their schedule, who they got lined up across from them. They're going to respect their opponent, and they're going to play them. Whoever's in front of them. It doesn't matter if they're 1-6, 6-1. The Detroit Lions are going to line up and play that team with the way this Detroit Lions team, gritty football, and we're going to line up and we're going to punch you in the teeth. And that's how it's got to be next week. The only way is through. Green Bay, they're a good team. Jordan Love went down with a groin injury. He's questionable to play against us this week. We're going to talk more about this matchup later in the week, but it's time. Like I said a couple weeks ago, the only way is through. We want the NFC North title to remain in Detroit. The only way is through Minnesota, through Green Bay, and through Chicago. And Chicago lost on a Hail Mary yesterday, which was wild. But let's bring it on to Green Bay, man. I'm super stoked for this team. Like I said, this team could beat you on offense. This team can beat you on defense. This team can beat you on special teams. I'm ready to rock and roll. And I love the way this team complements each other. This team is so close, no matter if the offense is struggling, the defense is struggling, the special teams are struggling. This team's going to complement each other, and they're going to bounce back, and they're going to punch you in the teeth. And it's a fun time to be a Detroit Lions fan. 6-1, one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team in the league. We've come a long way, and this team has just got a million ways of beating you. And good luck is all I got to say to the rest of the NFC and the rest of the NFL, man. One Pride, signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.